The rescue happened in the dead of night, quietly but decisively, deep inside Bassa local government area of Plateau State. 4 abducted persons are alive today because Nigerian Army troops moved faster than fear. Now at this point, this is why this story matters. In a region where kidnapping has become a painful reality for many rural communities, every successful rescue sends a powerful message. Communities are not alone, and criminal hideouts, no matter how remote, can still be reached. If you are watching, please like this video and subscribe. Your support helps us share important stories responsibly. How the night unfolded. The incident began in Rimi village, Jere District of Bassa LGA, where 4 innocent residents were abducted by suspected kidnappers. For the victims, the night likely turned. The rescue happened in the dead of night, quietly but decisively, deep inside Bassa local government area of Plateau State. 4 abducted persons are alive today because Nigerian Army troops moved faster than fear. Now at this point, this is why this story matters. In a region where kidnapping has become a painful reality for many rural communities, every successful rescue sends a powerful message. Communities are not alone, and criminal hideouts, no matter how remote, can still be reached. If you are watching, please like this video and subscribe. Your support helps us share important stories responsibly. How the night unfolded. The incident began in Rimi village, Jere District of Bassa LGA, where 4 innocent residents were abducted by suspected kidnappers. For the victims, the night likely turned into a nightmare, dragged away from familiar paths, surrounded by armed men, not knowing whether morning would come. But here's where the story begins to change. Intelligence reached Nigerian Army troops under 3 Division of Operation Lafiyan Jama'a. The information was specific. 4 persons had been taken, and the kidnappers were attempting to withdraw through known routes around the area. Now, at about 3:28 a.m. on Friday, when most of the community was asleep and the forest was thick with silence, troops of Sector 1, deploying from Jingre, moved into position. They didn't rush blindly. They laid an ambush. Let's pause and think about that moment. In the darkness of the plateau's terrain, uneven ground, narrow bush paths, shadows everywhere, soldiers waited patiently, knowing that one wrong move could cost lives. Then it happened. The kidnappers walked straight into the ambush. Gunfire shattered the quiet night as troops made contact with the suspects. In that tense exchange, bullets flew, fear spread, and decisions had to be made in seconds. Faced with superior firepower and tactical positioning, the kidnappers panicked. They fled. And in that desperate escape, they abandoned what mattered most: the 4 abducted victims. Imagine the relief in that moment. Imagine being held in the bush, hands trembling, ears ringing from gunshots, then suddenly realizing the armed men are gone. Silence returns, but this time it carries hope. But the operation did not end there. Troops carefully advanced, securing the area and ensuring there were no remaining threats. During this exploitation of the terrain, they made a grim but important discovery: the corpse of one kidnapper neutralized during the exchange. This confirmed what many suspected: the criminals were armed and prepared to kill, making the rescue operation both risky and necessary. Recovered from the fleeing kidnappers were 1 AK-47 rifle, 1 magazine, 13 rounds of 7.62mm special ammunition. These are not tools for negotiation. These are weapons of terror. Ask yourself this: how many attacks might that rifle have been used for if this operation had failed? What would have happened if those victims were moved deeper into the forest? Please share your thoughts in the comments. Let us also look at the victims. The rescued victims were shaken but alive. After debriefing, they were reunited with their families who had likely spent hours in panic, whispering prayers, making frantic calls, fearing the worst. In many Plateau communities, when someone is abducted, the fear spreads fast. Mothers pull their children closer, farmers avoid distant fields, night travel stops, entire villages go quiet. So when news broke that 4 people had been rescued without a single casualty on the side of the troops, relief rippled through Rimi village and surrounding areas. One resident described the atmosphere simply: "We slept with fear, but we woke up with hope." One crucial detail must not be overlooked. No casualty was recorded on the side of the troops. According to sources, the morale and fighting efficiency of personnel remain satisfactory. This matters because sustained operations depend not just on weapons, but on confidence, coordination, and trust within the ranks. This operation showed planning, discipline, and restraint. The objective was not just to neutralize criminals, but to save lives, and it worked. But here's where the story gets deeper. This rescue is a success, but it also highlights a troubling reality. Why are kidnappers still able to operate in rural communities? Why are villages like Rimi repeatedly vulnerable? Plateau State, like many parts of Nigeria's Middle Belt, has vast rural spaces, thick forests, and long stretches of unsecured roads. Criminal gangs exploit these gaps, knowing that victims are often civilians with no protection. However, intelligence-led operations, like this one, prove that when communities share information and security forces act quickly, kidnappers lose their advantage. So let me ask you, do you think community intelligence sharing is improving? Are people still afraid to report suspicious movements? Drop your thoughts in the comments.
After the rescue, the atmosphere in the area shifted. Soldiers remained visible, patrols were intensified, and residents felt reassured, at least for now. Parents spoke of renewed confidence, but also lingering fear. One local said, "We are grateful, but we know the problem is not over." And they are right. Sources confirmed that efforts are ongoing to track down and apprehend the remaining members of the kidnap gang. This means the operation is not closed, it is evolving. Lessons for public safety. There are important lessons here. 1. Early intelligence saves lives. Someone spoke up. Someone noticed movement. Someone shared information. 2. Speed matters. Troops moved before the kidnappers could disappear into the forest. 3. Communities and security forces must work together. Silence helps criminals. Cooperation weakens them. This story is not about blaming victims, never. It's about awareness, vigilance, and collective responsibility. If you live in rural or semi-rural areas, be cautious about late-night movements. Report unfamiliar faces or strange activity. Share verified information with security agencies promptly. Your support helps us share important stories responsibly. Please like this video and subscribe. As dawn broke over Bassa LGA that morning, 4 people walked back into their lives, scarred, shaken, but alive. 1 rifle was taken off the streets, 1 criminal was stopped, and a message was sent. Criminals may hide in the dark, but they are not invisible. This rescue reminds us that while fear may spread fast, courage, coordination, and community action can spread faster. Stay alert, stay connected, and remember, security is a shared responsibility. Please like this video, subscribe, and share it with others. Awareness saves lives.